Hello, hello, hello. Let me minimize this so I don't get distracted looking at my face. So this will be my first vlog now that I'm back from Chicago. I did record one yesterday, but for mysterious reasons, I can't release it for another month. So, get excited for that. So right now, I'm in the library. I'm always in the library, but every studio space is taken. So there's a Mac suite over there. There's like a Microsoft suite over there, and there's like a recording studio over here. So in the Microsoft suite, there's a guy doing computery things. In the other Mac suite, there's a guy recording a rap song. Oh my god, I sounded like such a fucking old white person. I'm recording rap songs. Ooh. Scratch that, reverse it, okay. And there is this like beautiful folk band. It's just strange, like this guy, he's rapping about a light bulb, like something like a light bulb, and then they're over here like the waves like a light bulb. So it's an interesting amalgamation of sounds right here. The cacophony in my cranium is bumping. Okay, so God, that's really distracting. Something's wrapping about Seinfeld, actually. That's fucking cool. Right. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about is loneliness. So loneliness, I feel, is... I'm not entirely sure if it's like a solely human condition, but it's definitely part of the human condition. I don't know, maybe bears get lonely. I'm sure they do if they're isolated. But the crazy thing about the society that we've built for ourselves is that we are isolated within a mass of humans, right? We are isolated within like millions of people condensed in a city, or at least some of us feel isolated. And moving back home, sometimes I feel awesome and feel great, and then there are other days where I just feel so lonely. And I obviously felt lonely a lot traveling, but it's interesting being back, and still having that loneliness at times. At times, like most of the time, I'm fine and dandy, but it's like, why is that? Why is that when I have a town, a city full of people who know and love me and are excited to see me, and I still feel like I think there are some like heady philosophical ideas at play that penetrate into that truth, but I think it's more a primal thing. Like when I feel least lonely is when I'm either in a relationship, like a romantic relationship, or I'm in like a deeply platonic relationship, like I have like a hardcore best friend, or like blah blah blah. And both of those situations, those scenarios, I like to call them like my person. So when I have my person, I feel a lot less lonely. Like when I have someone who I know I can call at the drop of a hat, or is always wanting to see me, I'm always wanting to see them, that's when I feel less lonely. And I think it has to do with like a tribe mentality. Like I think we're very we're pack animals, right? We're pack animals, and we've lost our pack. Like we're packless animals now, like we have our family, but even, our family grows up and we move and people are here and there and scattered everywhere, and there's not like a unit anymore. Like a tribe. What does a fucking tribe do? We go out with spears and we hunt some fucking mastodons and shit, like when's the last time you hunted a mastodon with someone? Probably never, because they're extinct. But that's what I mean. And I think like constant varied activity with like a core group of people is key. You know, that's why I think intentional living is so cool. I lived in a few of those communities while I was in New Zealand, and they were fucking phenomenal. Like Fat Cat in Auckland, outside of Auckland. Oh my God, that was amazing. We were all working together. We were out picking, fruit and vegetables in the garden, and we were cooking together and cleaning together and making music together. We're just happy little flower hippie children, and it was fabulous. But even then, I felt lonely until I felt a part of the community. For the first few days, I cried. I always cry when I'm in a new place, no matter where it is. I could be like chilling in Buckingham fucking Palace, like getting pedicures with the Queen, and I'd be fucking crying because it's new. It's new. We're creatures of habit, and like, this is not my habit. It's like if someone handed you a carrot instead of a cigarette. No, that's not. That's a terrible joke. It's a terrible, weird habit joke. No, scratch that. Or reverse it. Okay. Metal? What am I trying to say? Tribal humans. Yeah, but in the present day, I feel a lot of us get lonely quite often. And there was a beautiful book, Bobby and Spencer. I stayed with them in Chicago for a little bit, for a few nights, and they had a book. It's by this brilliant woman. She had her doctorate in something, but they kind of gave me the gist, the thesis statement, and essentially it was like, well, I think the title was like Alone Together. Yeah, Alone Together, maybe. And it was about how social media is well, actually I'm not exactly sure what it's about, but what my head made it about was that social media has helped us reach out of our loneliness and see that other people are lonely and not feel so crazy about these emotions, right? About these weird feelings that sometimes aren't justified. I think a lot of times people don't want to say they're lonely because they're like, but I don't want people to think I'm a loser and no one likes me. But it's no, I have plenty of friends, but I want to go mastodon hunting, I just want to go mastodon hunting. I want my hunting partner. But that's actually true. I really would like to learn how to bow hunt. If there are any bow hunters out there, I'd love to do some fucking archery practice stuff. Go to the shooting range. Would it still be shooting? Going to the, what do you call that? What's the shooting an arrow? Yeah, shooting range. So that is what I'm talking about. We all get lonely at different stages of our lives. I think I'm at kind of a point in my life where, like I was talking about earlier, I know things ebb and flow, the sine and cosine waves, right? Things change, things get better, things get worse, and nothing is permanent, which is terrifying but beautiful. I think it's more beautiful than it is terrifying. I think I used to Disney movies and fucking happily ever after. Ever after. Forever you will be happy. Once I figured that shit wasn't real, it's oh god, my world can't crumble down. Things change. What? This isn't me for but now it's kind of cool. Anything's possible. Don't like this day? Get a new one. Liked this day? Well, next one you're gonna get something new, so cool. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. That is a human. And where is it? This is kind of awkward. Signing off. This is super awkward. This is really super awkward. Okay. You are loved. You are appreciated, and green lights sometimes may look greener than others, but always follow your nose. Okay. Bye.